Shalom. Welcome to another video. In this episode, we're going to be dealing with the Ethiopian Bible. So all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And this video will be entitled, What About the Ethiopian Bible? All right, or response, what about the Ethiopian Bible? All right, so today, being Tuesday, the Elder Apostle Gabar, joined by Elder Bishop Sakaran, and then later on from there was other elder bishops that came and joined them later on. But in this particular screenshot, you see Elder Bishop Sakaran had got out for a minute. Anyway, there was a Jake on the comment board. And this is the Apostles video going live on a Tuesday afternoon. They do this every week. All right, series they've been doing. And from the comment board, there was an individual that came on. And we'll zoom in here. Now the person's page name is Swag. Right? And Swag said, what about the Ethiopian Bible or Geneva Bible? So in this video, we're going to be dealing with the Ethiopian Bible. If another brother want to deal with the Geneva Bible, you can do that. We just dealing with the Ethiopian Bible, because I believe that's the one that's the most different. If I'm not mistaken, the Geneva Bible is probably pretty much close, close to the King James. Now you can fact check that. I'm not sure. But in this video, we're going to be dealing with the Ethiopian Bible. All right. And really, when it comes to stuff like this, you can find this stuff out in just minutes researching. Jake is lazy. You want us to do every damn thing. Well, why didn't you look it up? But the person said, what about the Ethiopian Bible? So I told him at the bottom, I did a quick check on it right while, the live stream was going on. And I found out a couple of things just from a quick search. But then I went a little further than that and did additional research. So we'll look at that now. So I told the brother, the Ethiopian Bible is crap, which it is. It is. It's from what I see. Anyway, you can go right to it. If you go and you look up from Google, right, what is the Ethiopian Bible? And then you just go through the entries and read what it gives you. Now I'm going to go first to Wikipedia. So this says Orthodox Tewahedo Biblical Canon. Right? You see here redirected from Ethiopian Bible. All right. So we read into this a little bit. It says the Orthodox Tewahedo Biblical Canon is a version of the Christian Bible used in the two Oriental Orthodox churches of the Ethiopian and Eritrean traditions. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and the Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo Church, period. At 81 books, it is the largest and most diverse biblical canon in traditional Christendom. And that's where you got the problem, because it differs from the regular KJV because it's got more books. And that's really the reason why Jake likes shit like this, for two reasons. You like shit like this because number one is some shit from Africa, black, whatever, right? It's dealing with Ethiopia. And then number two is because it's got the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jasher, those other damn books we told you about. And Jake don't listen to us worth of shit when we tell him about it, when we tell him about that. Anyway, it says Western scholars have classified the books of the canon into two categories. The narrower canon, which consists mostly of books familiar to the West, and the broader canon, which includes 9 additional books. So when you start seeing excuse me, that there are additional books, you have to know that something is wrong already. All right. And you different weird Jakes, you love to pop on the Apostles comment board and just bring up a random question. I've never heard of nobody named Swag. From what I understand, you can't tell if it's a man, woman, Edomite. You don't know who it is. Just pop up out of the blue. What about the Ethiopian Bible? So it's more than likely some black dude, probably got dreadlocks down his damn back. Who knows? With a damn kufi on his head, walking around with karate shoes, chewing on a stick, smelling like Egyptian musk, thinking that he's spiritual, and you ain't spiritual. You're not abstract. Anyway, forgive me. Going on, it says it is not known to exist at this time as one published compilation. And I don't even know, So you can just do your own research out there. Those that want to know more about this shit, I would recommend you not even deal with it. But we know Jake got a hard ass head. Now here it says Old Testament. The Orthodox Tewahedo narrower Old Testament canon contains the entire established Hebrew proto-canon. And see, really, the time you take going through all this stuff, you could be, most Jakes don't even know the regular Bible, and you worrying about all these other books. Focus on the things that you have already. Anyway, moreover, with the exception of the first two books of Maccabees, the Orthodox Tewahedo canon also contains the entire Catholic Deuterocanon. Good Lord. In addition to this, the Orthodox Tewahedo Old Testament includes the Prayer of Manasseh, 3 Ezra and 4 Ezra, which also appear in the canons of other Christian traditions. And we'll read a little more of this. It says, unique to the Orthodox Tewahedo canon are the Paralipo, I don't know how to pronounce it, Paralipomeno of Jeremiah, which it says 4 Baruch, Jubilees, Enoch, and the 3 books of Mekwa Bayan, which you know that's some far out shit. But Jake is never satisfied with what you have already. It says the books of Lamentations, Jeremiah, and Baruch, as well as the letter of Jeremiah, and 4 Baruch are all considered canonical by the Orthodox Tewahedo churches. And let me say this. The Great Awakening has started. The Israelites woke up. We got our heritage back, right? Here we are right at the end of the world, and your ass pop up out of nowhere talking about, what about the Hebrew Bible? If we needed the Hebrew Bible, not the Hebrew Bible, the Ethiopian Bible. If we needed the Ethiopian Bible, we would have got that from the beginning. The apostles never mentioned it. Brothers don't teach from it, but then here you pop up. No works, don't know who you are, nothing. Just, what about the Ethiopian Bible? Which really, for edification's sake, I just decided to do the lesson and look into it, but we're not interested in this shit. None of us are going to read it. We ain't, if you read the regular Bible, you already know about this. And them books of Enoch, Jasher, Jubilee, them books are bug out books. They've been corrupted. Okay. There are a lot of writings that we probably don't have, but you can't trust these damn devils. You can't trust Esau. You cannot trust Esau. So you better off keeping what you got. Now it goes on. Additionally, the first, second, and third books of Ethiopian Maccabees are also part of the canon. And the Ethiopians on a whole, they are Cushites. They're Hamites. They're not the Most High's people. Now, do you have Israelites among them? Sure you do. Right? But you got a whole sect of those different weirdos who call themselves Falashas, which the term Falasha, if I'm not mistaken, means false. They're not even Israelites for the most part. Now, like I said, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because you do have among the Falashas, or among the Ethiopians altogether, those that are Israelites, because we've been scattered among every nation. But overall, the Ethiopians are not the Most High's people. And also, it's careful to note that Ethiopians have fables. They say they got they say they have the Ark of the Covenant in their possession. That's mentioned somewhere in their stories, in their folklore. And they also say that Makeda, Queen of Sheba, had a child with King Solomon, which is also not true, and it can't be substantiated anywhere in the Holy Bible. And if that was true, then that would mean, and they say that the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon's son was named Melanick. I believe that's what they say, which is going off, because they try to say that he's I don't know, Ethiopian king or some shit like that. But at the end of the day, let's say that had happened, he would be an Israelite. He would have been with his father Solomon. He wouldn't be with Makeda someplace, going back in history. But we know that never happened. Anyway, going on. It says, finally, within the Orthodox Tewahedo tradition, 3 Ezra is called 2nd Ezra, 4 Ezra is called Ezra Sutuel. Good Lord. And the Prayer of Manasseh is incorporated into the 2nd book of Chronicles. Now, when you go to the New Testament, it says the Orthodox Tewahedo narrower New Testament canon consists of the entire 27 books Christian proto-canon, which is also universally accepted across Christendom. Blah, blah, blah. And if you go down here, you can actually get the books listed. And I'll show you ones that differ. Right, this is the Old Testament. You see all the regular books. Then you get here, you got 1, 2, and 3 Mecrobion, sometimes called Ethiopian Maccabees, but not the same as the 4 Greek books of the Maccabees. You see that? So they got their own damn Maccabees. Then they got, these books, Taxus, Mesele, just really a bunch of confusion. Josephon, what's that? Josephon is a chronicle of Jewish history from Adam to the age of Titus. It is named after its supposed author, Flavius Josephus. See that? Though it was actually composed in the 10th century in southern Italy. The Ethiopic version of Josephon is recognized as canonical by the Ethiopian. Okay, whatever, man. It's just some other shit to bug you out, confuse the shit out of you. And when you go into the New Testament, after Revelation, they got Synodos. You see these other books, First Covenant, Second Covenant. Oh boy. Ethiopic Clement. Yeah. There's nothing. And here, I forgot to mention 13 Jubilees, 14 Enoch. They got the Book of Jubilees and Enoch inserted inside of them. Now, when you go into the Book of Enoch, the reason we know for a fact that it's some bugged out shit is because they talk about Nephilim being fallen angels. There's no such thing as fallen angels. Okay? It's just not. We know you niggas out there want that shit to exist, but it doesn't exist. There's no angels that were good, then they turn evil. And we proved that many times. Let's go real quick. Let's get a scripture real quick right here to prove what I'm saying. We've done lessons on this stuff. You different Jakes out there. See, that's how we know you're not GMS students. You would know better than that. If the Ethiopian Bible was so important, then the apostles would be teaching from it. So this is Psalm 78. Right? And we just gonna go right to the point. We'll start at verse 47. And this is talking about the plagues of Egypt. It says, he destroyed their vines with hail and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. Okay, so if the Book of Enoch was accurate, it depicts these angels that turned against the Lord and fallen angels. But see, here's the problem. You have evil angels already, and the Most High created them that way. They were evil from the beginning. Nobody turned against the Lord. As a matter of fact, it's said in the book of John, that the devil was evil from the beginning. He never turned evil. John 8:44 says, of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You see that? So your stupid Christian folklore says that, Satan at one point he was righteous, then he got jealous and he turned against the Most High, and then he convinced a third of the angels to go with him, and they were kicked out of heaven, and then thus you have the fallen angels, which is fucking stupid, because this right here tells you Satan the devil was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. He was always that way. And you have evil angels created by the Lord for his purposes. This is how you know further that Book of Enoch is nothing but damn toilet paper, the one that we have today. Now, when we get into the kingdom, we'll see what the real Book of Enoch, what happened to it, or whatever. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much the point. This you can actually sit here literally and just keep clicking on entries and just reading different shit. I'm not going to dedicate the time to it. This is from some publication called the Habesha, the King James Bible, and the Ethiopian Bible. You can see here's some crazy looking guy with this big ass book, right? We'll read a little bit of this. It says, all right, I ain't gonna go out into all that. It talks a little bit about the Geneva Bible right here, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to deal with it. Now, this is also something that these Kemet people and different people, when they debate, they love to try to go back and say what's the oldest Bible and what's the first book and who writes, and all this different stuff. Like I said, the Great Awakening has begun, and you ain't seen no brother in no camp pull out the Ethiopian Bible. Neither have we depended upon it for us to be waking up. So we obviously don't need it. Now, right here, it says the Ethiopian Bible is often referred to as the Garima Gospels, named for the monk who reportedly wrote the book after he arrived in Ethiopia from Constantinople sometime around AD 494. Oh, yeah, okay, man. Whatever. Nobody want to deal with this shit. Right here, it says the Ethiopian Bible is tucked away in a monastery. Yeah, whatever. The Ethiopian Bible differs from the King James Bible in many ways. And have I read any scriptures yet? Yeah, I did read some scriptures, but let's go right. Let's read something. Salakia. So this is the point. We don't have time to get caught up in, chasing after our own asses, chasing our tail around in the yard, going around in a circle with these different weird ass books. All right. Different versions of the Bible and all of that. We got what we need. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 19. It says, many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. You can't be being proud. You got to be meek. For the power of the Lord is great. And don't confuse boldness for pride. Because a lot of people like to try to call brothers proud. We just bold in the spirit. All right. We're not proud. We're bold in the spirit. We know we have 100% truth sent from on high via the Holy Spirit. Right. And our apostles and elders taught it to us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. And why would we say anything different than that? All right. It goes on. It says, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Right. The Lord is honored of the lowly. He ain't looking for no, as the apostles dubbed him, the horse rider. Nobody proud like that. Patting himself on his, beating his chest, patting himself on the back, refusing even to call on the true name of the living God and his son. He don't want to teach it to the people. He want to keep calling on, you guessed it, the other white boy Christ, which we even hate to say that damn word. And forgive me. Verse 21 says, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength, but what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. And Jake is too busy trying to be deep. You always want to go to something else. Asking the question, what about the Ethiopian Bible? What about the Bible we got now? Do you know it? You won't even obey what's in it. It tells you to get your ass out of the house and teach. Far as I know, ain't no camp called swag teaching from the Bible, but you worried about the Ethiopian Bible. Yeah, okay, man. Jake get on your damn nerves. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, worrying about the book of the dead and these other damn books and the Ethiopian Bible and the lost books and the missing this and that and the missing verses. All that shit is unnecessary. Because if we needed it, the Lord would have given it to us. Now, here it is. We obviously the prophets of the Lord, Israelites waking up all over the earth, but then you want to go and undo what's being done and introduce a damn new Bible and say we should read it. Doesn't make sense. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. And I mean, it's pretty straightforward, pretty straightforward. Don't seek out the things, that are the high things. Don't seek out high things. Stick with what you got. Let enough be enough. Isaiah 34:16 says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And the Most High's spirit is doing the gathering. It's already begun doing the gathering with the Bibles that we have now. Why do we need to go and look up something different? Go try to find another Bible. You don't need that. Going back to this thing here, ain't a whole lot here to see. Even got King James looking like a white dude, or that white dude that they say how King James looked, which is a damn lie. The Ethiopian Bible differs from the King James Bible in many ways. It says the Ethiopian Bible and the King James Bible are different manuscripts. The Ethiopian Bible has 84 books compared to the 66 in the King James Bible. But you also have the Apocrypha, which was more books. It says the Ethiopian Bible only contains 4 of the Gospels of the New Testament and also contains books that were not included in the King James Bible. These include the Book of Enoch, Esdras, Baruch, and the 3 books of Maccabee, according to Orthodox Christian laity. The Ethiopian Bible is also vibrantly illustrated. Some of the pages are filled with drawings depicting the saints, apostles, the temple, and even charts that were used to help readers cross-reference certain passages per the marginalia. Okay, whatever. Right. So that's pretty much it. It is here's one little brief insert here, or excerpt. Considering the Bible is based around some pretty mystical ideas, it's surprisingly grounded in reality in other ways. It says, for example, exactly how big Noah's Ark was, what the Ark of the Covenant looked like, and has endless lists of who beget whom. Hold on here. Yeah, I don't know. It says, they say Jesus, but of course it's Yahweh Shai, gives 4 whole books that cover his relatively short ministry, and they include details about locations, family relationships, even clothing. But despite all the specific information, there is still room for plenty of mystery. And they're really just talking about certain mysteries. All right. And then, like I said, you got this whole Ethiopian thing where they talk about the Ark of the Covenant. They know where it's hidden, and they don't. They don't. Number one, they don't have it, and they don't know where it's hidden. All right. Or where it is. Let's just talk. Anyway, let's close out. This is Revelation 1. And verse 3, it says, simply blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. You don't need another Bible with extra books in it and other stuff. And for, the Ethiopian Maccabees. God damn. Galatians 1 verse 8. Verse 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the anointed unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of the anointed. But though we are an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. For do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of the anointed. All right. So that's it. We don't preach another gospel. We don't try to bring up other books. We don't do all that. Even if it is a Bible. Just, you see us, we do use the translations, certain translations more, the NLT, the Good News Translation. We use them to broaden our, we breaking the scriptures down. It may give us a little more because of its plainness, the way that they're written, but we don't rely on those. We rely on what we already have, which we've been doing fine with through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So in my estimation, the Ethiopian Bible is crap, just like I said. All right. So that's it. We'll see you again soon, Lord willing. Lord willing, it was edifying. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.